What's up, you wretched pirate weasels? It's Saturday, filming my companion video. Excited. Got a cigarette on my desk here, left over from the Smoke at UCLA video. It's going to be coming out this Thursday. I got a bottle of bubbly Italian water. I'm addicted to this shit. I don't know why. It's delicious. But we'll start. I got some tea here too. This is going to be a long one, probably a 25-minute video. I got to get my head in the game. Want to say thanks to you guys though, as always, of course. Money's been really tight this month. I fucked up my car in October, finally got around to fixing it. That's just how I work, multi-month of procrastination. But yeah, that's been $1,000 to fix. My rent here is $1,100. Endless bills, we got a lawn that needs mowing, fucking internet, my asshole roommate takes 45-minute showers, gotta pay for his water bill. This has been fucking awesome, guys, having this Patreon support. Also, just knowing that there's people like you out there who like my stuff enough to contribute has been psychologically huge as far as doing gnarlier shit in my videos. A video like the Thanksgiving video that I'm gonna do a commentary on today, it's a no-brainer. When you guys are fucking putting your credit cards down and supporting the channel, driving to inland California, knocking on doors and getting blacked out and diving in bushes, it's a non-issue. Of course I'm gonna do it. It sounds fucking awesome, and I'm gonna keep that up. I got a Christmas video planned, 2 of them actually. One I'm dressing up as Jesus, one I'm dressing up as Santa. Those are both coming up. The piss cycle video, which I'm gonna tell you guys about right now, the possibilities are gonna be endless here. And it's all thanks to you guys, or largely, not all, but it's a big part thanks to you guys. This new motivation I have, this new fire where I wanna get out there and piss people off in public and film it. So what do we got to talk about today? I mentioned a piss cycle video. Let me start this out by saying December, November, these later months of the year, my motivation level usually tends to trickle down. I just kind of want to go back home to Northern California, curl up in my parents' house, beat off, hit up some high school tail. That's the first thing I'm going to do actually when I get back up to Northern California is hit up some tail I know from high school. Believe it or not, guys, I've been on a tremendous dry spell. I have not made love to a woman since June of this year. Fucking June. People would find that hard to believe. I've kind of messed around a little bit, probably maybe gotten a blowjob, a hand job. I think I sucked a girl's titties the other week. But full-on penis in the vagina hasn't been till June. And I'll tell you also, I don't feel bad about revealing this because it's Patreon and I know she'll never see this. It's the girl in the converting girls to Christianity or baptizing drunk girls or converting drunk girls to Jesus. The girl in that thumbnail is the girl I banged. I tell that to you guys in confidence. Please don't track her down and message her and send her this video because her and I are still friends and I don't want that, I don't want to fuck that up. So yeah, since then it's been rough, but I know when I get back up to Northern California, that's my bastion of vagina. Down here in LA, there's too much going on. I gotta work side jobs, I gotta write the scripts, I gotta edit the scripts, I gotta shoot the scripts, I gotta get the camera equipment ready, I gotta promote stuff. I don't have time to go out chasing ass. But back home in Northern California, it's always easy. You know, maybe you get that girl in high school who's put on 30 pounds, had a kid, got divorced. It's easy to take her out to a local bar that's a 5-minute cab ride from my parents' house, get her loaded up with 6 or 7 vodka clubs, get a blowy in the parking lot. It's gonna happen, I'm positive. My parents have a cabin up in Tahoe too. Maybe if the girl's a little more quality than the one I just described, she'll be worthy of the cabin. But why am I telling you this? Let me get back to the point here. The piss cycle is a video I'm gonna film during the road trip up to Northern California. Here's how this is gonna work. Everybody is pissed in a bottle on a road trip. Everybody. It saves you time. Sometimes you don't know where a viable bathroom is. You unscrew a Gatorade bottle, you push your cock in the hole, and you piss. You get one of those, the bigger mouth ones. If you can't fit your dick in that mouth hole, then I envy you, but I certainly have plenty of room to spare. So you put your cock in there and you piss. You get 1, you get 2, maybe if you're really lucky, you get 3 urinations in that bottle before that motherfucker's full. I dreamt this up in college. This was my concept. What if, instead of dumping that bottle out once you reached your destination, instead of throwing it out the window, what if you drank it? What if you drank it? And the answer to that question is obviously if you drank it, it's going to filter back down through your body, back to your bladder, it's going to come out your penis again, and if you pee back into the bottle and then you drink it again, there's this perpetual motion thing. It's like the real water cycle when there's the lakes and the rain and the evaporation, but it's piss. And I thought, what if I did that going from Sacramento to Los Angeles or vice versa, which is going to be the case this winter? What if I did that? I didn't stop for a restroom the entire time, just perpetual piss motion. It's like a jet fighter chasing the sunset. If you're at the right latitude and you fly west and you're supersonic, you can never have the sun set on you until you run out of fuel. It's going to be like that, just perpetual motion, just one step ahead of nature. And I'm going to film this. I'm going to do it alone. It's going to be a one-man documentary style thing, kind of like Survivor Man. And I'm pretty fucking pumped on it. I've got some good jokes written, some good material here. It's going to be a dangerous one. This could bomb horribly. The video could be very poorly received. It could gross people out. It could be not as interesting. But one of the things that is really, really important to me about this YouTube thing is I want to take chances. I want to risk bombing. I want to risk putting out a video where you watch it and you're like, what the fuck? On this guy's Patreon, this is the shittiest piece of garbage I've seen on YouTube. And YouTube is nothing but a receptacle for garbage. So I'm going to take the risk though. And I think it's going to pay off. And that's going to be my next video that I shoot. The next video coming out is the smoking cigarettes at UCLA one, which is going to be awesome. I'm so hyped because this Thanksgiving video that I'm about to commentate on, it's been very well received. It's had the strongest 2-day performance of any video I've posted in a long time. It's just been murdering it. And then plus my high school reunion video is picking up momentum in the algorithm right now, so things are moving in a good direction. And I can't wait to this next week hit with the fucking, so this was my jab, that Thanksgiving video, the big right's coming down the pipe with this smoking cigarettes at UCLA video. You guys are gonna see, you're gonna fucking love it. But yeah, let's get into now the commentary on the Thanksgiving video. Because it seems like basically everybody's really enjoyed it, so I take it you guys have probably seen it. So let's dive into this. There was a lot here that I had to take out that I couldn't explain in the video because it was kind of insider information. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know who Inland Iggy is. You know the backstory about how he came out and got whipped and got his hair bleached and had to fucking get my initials tattooed on his ribcage. A lot of people didn't know that though, so there's a lot of things I had to cut out. So I can give you guys the real story here, and I'm kind of looking forward to that in this commentary. And then at the end, I'm going to tack on some bonus footage too. This will probably be, I don't know, a 30-minute video or so. Maybe more. Let's see. So I'm going to throw my headphones on. I'm going to press the play button, and we're going to watch this video. A little teaser. So here we go. We're going to go door to door on Thanksgiving, inviting ourselves into family dinners. What happens after that, I don't know. So I should say, first of all, I guess before we jump into this, I should give you the full background. Inland Iggy and Ken from the Making Girls Chew Tobacco video, they've both been super down to get in on these vids lately, that's the best thing about my channel getting a little more exposure now, is people are down to come out and make videos with me. Whereas before, I'd have to pay one of my roommates and they wouldn't have wanted to be there the whole time, and they were kind of frowning behind the camera, looking at their watch, trying to get home. That's not the case now. I'm building this army of misfits who are always down to go out shooting, even on holidays like Thanksgiving. I mean, you saw Inland Iggy, the abuse he was taking in the punishing a fan video. It might have kind of given away that he didn't have solid family plans on Thanksgiving, and he didn't. He was fully available. Ken's family's back in China or some shit. He was fully available. So I got in my car. I actually rented a car because mine's fucked up in the shop right now. Made about an hour drive over to Inland, California. I took Ken with me to go shoot with Inland Iggy. We picked him up at his house. We parked in a nearby affluent-ish neighborhood. Not affluent, but solidly middle class. We didn't want somewhere too rich and snobby. We didn't want somewhere too poor and shitty where we were gonna get stabbed. We found a nice middle ground. And we just parked the car. We started getting liquored up in this park here, and then we went door to door. Let this play again. What happens after that, I don't know. I'm embodying the spirit of Thanksgiving right now. I have a Native American man. I have a Chinese man. I don't think he was there with Squanto at the original dinner, but we're gonna get liquored up in this park. It's true, not many Asians on the continent back then. It'd be funnier if I drank it on the playground. I gotta get to the highest. So Pabst Blue Ribbon.
On like acid, and I've never fucking found that R. That R? You haven't seen the R in the mountains?
Is it for Riverside? What does that stand for?
This is one of my favorite jokes I made at the park, the rape joke about the stones. The letter R put up as an identifier in the hill. My idea was, what if you went up there with a bunch of more stones and spelled out A-P-E and made just rape up in the mountains overlooking the town? That would be a stunt, my friends. That would be beautiful. I don't have the finances or the patience to get that done, but a better man than me maybe someday will go and take care of it. So here I'm gonna pause. So this is just our first house here. I probably cut out about 3 houses early on that just said no. And this house actually said no here. We went down to another house, and then the people inside this one came out and said they changed their minds and they wanted us to come back and drink. We went back and we shotgunned some beers in the lawn. The reason I took it out of the video is because it was too similar to the prior week's video of shotgun this beer. You guys have already seen me talking people into shotguns. I didn't want to put you through that twice. So I just kind of left out the non-essential clip there. And I left out some of the other rejections as well. So I'm going to let this play.
Drop in, maybe have a drink with you here.
So this guy says no. Yeah, just knocking on doors like this, like right now, if you told me I had to go knock on somebody's door and try to get them to let me into their house, I would really reel at the idea. It sounds terrible. But just when I go out shooting, it's just kind of like a werewolf with a full moon. I just go into a different mindset where anything goes, and there really isn't any fear or hesitation. And I'm just so used to it by now that going and getting inside of houses wasn't that much of a feat. And you can see Inland Iggy here has kind of got a lot of tremble in his voice. He'll come around. I'm going to make him harden pretty soon. But right now, he's still a little new to the whole being an asshole in public thing. So this family here, I'm not going to contribute to you. What if I give you 2 beers for 1 shot, pausing the video minutes later? So you couldn't tell. She was actually being very friendly. From that edit, it kind of looks like she was being a bitch. Like, I'm not going to contribute to you. She was very nice, though. She offered to let us come in and grab a plate of food and take some shots. They were fucking awesome, this family here. This was just like, I don't know what it was, just like the quintessential, warm, hospitable black family. They were so fucking nice, everybody in this house, that somebody commented on the comment section of this video on YouTube. They said, I'm so glad to see you weren't pulling stunts like you pulled at the reunion video on this family because they were so nice. And I agree completely. Like, I could not have been a dick in here. They were just too cool to us. But, you know, there's still some entertainment here with me being a decent person.
Yeah, but not on Thanksgiving. There's no need. I'm drunk off that.
A lot of racial jokes going on. This lady Jan just loved my racist jokes. It was beautiful. That's really the essence of this video. Racist jokes and talking about fucking animals.
I suspect it might be because they're
You'll see, if you haven't watched the video yet, we'll get to the animal fucking part.
Yes, I'm thinking.
This girl was hot. A lot of the reason, you'll see, I'm gonna press pause. You're gonna see that later on in the video, we come back to this house, we revisit it, and one of the reasons we revisited it is because when I was blacked out, I wanted to come back and just basically talk to this chick. She was hot. I'm into girls of color too. Asians, blacks, Native Americans, the Chinese. I guess the Chinese and the Asians are the same thing. You get what I'm saying though. I was smitten by this chick. Even though she had a baby, it didn't bother me. I would have raised that thing myself. With my Patreon and my pittance of an AdSense paycheck each month.
There's always more. That's for a Native American.
There we go. We're back in the vid here.
His family communicates by smoke signals.
Another racist joke about smoke signals.
Welcome to your
Me praising Jan for being such a sweet host.
drink. It's been amazing. Are you trying to get me drunk right now, Jen?
Jan encouraging me to drink down the rest of this Jose.
Jen, this is an important moment.
And I mentioned here that this is the crucial turning point. That if I drank down that Jose, there'd be no going back to LA that night. And that was the truth. Actually, we did go back to LA. I'll explain what happened. But here is basically where I go from sober to drunk. So I'm drunk after that shot of Jose, but I'm not fucking annihilated yet. There are 3 stages to this video: sober, drunk, and fucking annihilated. Right now I'm drunk.
It means the bank, the hill, this thing.
Idla Niggy didn't know what the word embankment meant. Here we go, pulling our cocks out just in a residential neighborhood in broad daylight. That's how you know I'm drunk. Ken apparently wasn't drinking. I wasn't really paying attention to him, but I guess he was sober-ish. We go to the liquor store. Yeah, I'm definitely drunk in this liquor store. I'm kind of conducting myself like an asshole.
I want this. I want everything you see on the counter. I would say it was the Virgin.
See, here's something. I debated taking this out just because people are so sensitive now about women and tits and touching. I had my finger on her tit. She didn't mind at all. I fucking asked her, but I was like, what if people are going to call me a rapist because I touched some girl's titty tattoo? But then I decided, fuck those people. I won't be intimidated. It was a funny bit. I left in the titty touch. Here we go. Ken lives in Toronto by way of China, by the way, so he had a bunch of Canadian currency in his wallet. And then here's the bit. Wait, I'm going to back that up. backing up to when Inland Iggy first encounters his nemesis in the liquor store. But I really wish Inland Iggy would have squared off with the dude out in front of the liquor store. That would have made this video. It's already a really good video, but that would have made it perfect. One of my best if we got some street fighting combat on there. Oh, you can see there? You can see Inland Iggy's nail that he has for shoveling coke or testing coke, the long pinky nail. And I guess it broke that night too when he was hammered. I'm still trying to incite this fight here. I really wanted that to happen. I was clinging to it. Ken drinking a Red Bull there. Not a beer. I was worried people were gonna think he was drinking and driving.
Hey, that is racist. That makes me uncomfortable.
Which I wouldn't have cared about in real life if he was driving with a beer. I've done that before, obviously, as we all have, but I just didn't want YouTube to pull the video. Hear me making some very insensitive comments about the Native American community.
You can't fish with a net because it's cheating. You can only use a hook. I know your people like the nets.
That thing about the net and fishing, I read that in some newspaper probably in 2013 that some tribe was suing the government because the government was trying to crack down on their ability to fish with nets. I guess they like dragging gill nets around Lake Superior or something like that, but they're just killing off all these really endangered fish. And from what I heard, the Native Americans, they withheld their right to fish with nets. So they're still out there killing all those fish. Not that I care. I mean, fuck the fish, whatever.
I think you might know. Let's do it.
So Inland Iggy had some kind of connection to this family. I'm not sure what it was. But yeah, of course, one of the magical bits of this is this guy, Mr. Face and Neck Tattoos, just being, I don't know if he's a good pianist. I don't know anything about piano, but he's a competent pianist. He can play a pretty little ditty on the keys, which kind of blew all of us away. And then, of course, Ken is Asian. He just sits down and immediately starts playing the same song by ear. Better than the white guy played it. Little Budweiser form. And this kid in the family just wanted to go bang out some metal drums for me. Just starts banging out death metal. Very out-of-tune drum set, a mattress in the garage too. I'm not sure who was sleeping on the mattress.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. What are you thankful for this year?
Some random guy we found in the street. This is where I'm starting to get shit-faced at this point. I'm draining about one beer every 15 minutes. Any shot of hard liquor that comes my way, I'm taking. It gets hazy around here.
Did you say midget porn?
This guy's talking about midget porn.
Midget man fucking
Yeah, this guy was a good sport.
or a midget woman fucking a regular man? Either one. What about
I was trying to get the details on which midget would be who. Would it be a small man fucking a big woman, or a small woman getting fucked by a big man?
That's for you? Yeah, hell yeah. I got one.
Back to the house. Yeah, this is me again trying to hit on that hot black girl. But she was pretty cold. I don't know, she might have gone for only guys darker in the skin department than myself. So I could feel the vibes were dead, and I just kind of backed off that.
I want you to give him a hug, and I want
Talked to Jan here. She liked Inland Iggy. That would have been nice.
you to grab more beer.
I could probably talk Inland Iggy into fucking Jan.
Who am I to defy him?
Here we go. About to take another shot of Hennessy. And then at this point on, I just kind of melted into my stool. Probably drank another 1-2 Budweisers. And when I leave this house, I'm in full-on shit-faced Danny Mullen mode. You've seen me this drunk 3 times. The drink on the job video that we filmed in June,
Ken,
the I ruined my high school reunion video, and this. This might have been the most belligerent I was out of any of these times, though. Here we go, right into the animal sex threat counts.
raw, unfiltered. This is the shit.
That's a really interesting comedic device that I've been using on my roommates a lot. You just threaten to have sex with an animal, and the more colorful or endangered that animal is, the better. And the more colorful you are with your sex acts, the better too. So obviously, sodomizing, titty fucking, getting a hand job from, coming on its mane. Yeah, it's a really easy comedic tool. Just say you're gonna fuck some endangered animal, and you automatically have a joke.
Seagull. I'm gonna bury an iguana.
I'm gonna fuck a seagull.
The Mojave. We're giving away beer.
I'm gonna bury an iguana. Yeah, that's not sexual. Here we go. This is interesting. I didn't even remember this clip right here until I saw it the next day when I looked over the footage. Just a very foreign Asian man cleaning his car, working on his car, and I soak a rag in whatever that is, WD-40. I don't even know what the fuck that chemical was, and pretend to huff it. And I'm not actually huffing it, by the way. I'm not a complete piece of garbage. But yeah, I don't know what that man must have thought about me after I left.
Fucking streets, mother.
I'm sorry to put him through that. Here we go, random doorstep. And I'm gonna leave this in for the deleted scenes that I'm gonna put at the end of this video. This guy had a package on his doorstep that I just picked up and dropped, which is kind of an asshole move, but I mean, I'll share it with you guys, I don't really care.
Yes, sir.
More animal sex threats.
For Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Oh, never mind, this is a different guy. This is the guy who just tells us to leave. He thought we were going to come in and raid the house.
I respect that he told us to leave, though. I actually kind of respect that.
Please leave. Yeah, he thought we were going to come in and kill his family. He thought it was all a ruse, the Budweiser thing.
We're giving out free.
Here we go. These people were really cool. These are the people you want to find when you're out filming. Just open for anything. They brought me a bottle of liquor. They let the two sons come to the door and have a beer. These kids insisted they were of age. They said one was 23 and one was 27. I saw a lot of you in the comment section were very skeptical about that, though, and I remain skeptical as well.
When midnight rolls around, everything's going to change. What is this?
Here we go.
Hey, this is rum.
Look at that rum. What is that? I think it was a glass bottle, though, so it was one step above bottom shelf, probably.
27. Hey, guys. Cheers. This is going to be
Still, it's probably 5-year-old warm rum with a Budweiser chaser. That's rough at this time in the evening. It was very late indeed.
You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys got to retrieve the canines. That's
There we
important.
go. And I think that was, sorry for the cliche, but that was the nail in the coffin. You can see me right here, just on the ground.
On my sidewalk, I'm going to jerk off in a cloud.
Jerk off in a cloud.
My mouth
You gotta give me points on the imagery. I was very varied. I'm talking about clouds and fountains and centaurs and seagulls. I was, I mean, at least to make a musical analogy, I was all over the scales, you know. I wasn't just hammering on doing one sex act to one kind of animal. I was really bringing in a lot of the animal kingdom here.
An orangutan and a swordfish in a pool.
Look at that, a goat, a giraffe, an orangutan, and a swordfish.
Pigeons.
We're talking sea, land, tree dwelling. I'm all over the place.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can I take
Here we go. So these people here, this girl that I have censored, drop tobacco leaves on my keyboard. We'd been to this house before and we'd hung out with them a little bit. It was just really uninteresting footage, so I didn't use it, and I just put this in as their first appearance. So I'm here just keeping up my thing, talking about fucking animals. But what I really do like about this clip is that I'm too drunk to put any alcohol in my shot glass. I try to pour the bottle into the shot glass with the cap still on, so you can really see the depths of my blackout here. None of this is fake or played up for the camera. I don't remember the scene. Here we go, another shot, just what I needed.
Show 'em. That's a Danny.
Here we go, Inland Iggy showing. And this is going to be one of my favorite lines from the video you're going to see right here.
May or may not have gotten pregnant out of wedlock. No,
He had sex with her and he came in her pussy and then she had a baby.
but she had some.
That's the history of life in a nutshell. He had sex with her, he came in her pussy, and she had a baby. That really sums up humanity.
I will do it. Don't talk shit. I will dive in the Pacific.
When I said there I was going to skull fuck a seahorse, that was one of the most quoted lines in the comment section as well. People liked that one.
You guys want any drink?
I don't think, do seahorses have mouths? They have those little beaks with like a tiny pinprick hole for a mouth. I don't think I could fit my cock in there. Even me, I don't think I could do it. Here we go, the boob grab. I don't remember this proposition, how this happened, so I can't really explain this. Again, I was totally blacked out.
Boob grab transaction.
Oh, here we go. I'm commentating on my commentating. And I think originally what I put in there is that I agreed to give her an Instagram shout out for this boob grab, and then she messaged me on Instagram saying she didn't want to be included. So that was the whole backstory there, actually. I found that out once she messaged me. I gotta stop using that. I've been using that a lot on unquestionable women. You just tell them you give them an Instagram shout out and they go crazy and let you do anything. But I gotta make things a little more challenging. So here we go. This guy, I am really lucky I didn't get cold cocked. This guy just did pull his hand back and hit me in the jaw, and I didn't fall unconscious back into that weight machine. Look at that. This garage is full of punching bags and weight equipment and ninja stars and nunchucks. I just stumble and blacked out after feeling up his niece. I think he knew about that too. She was telling him that I kept trying to make out with her. This is one of just the most nonsensical moments.
3 million followers because.
I want 3 million because I have this thing up to my cock. Hey, I want to do some decline press. Yeah, I got this. My lower pecs are weak.
Daddy, you can't even bench your own weight. Shut the fuck up.
Inland Iggy's being insubordinate here, talking shit about my bench. I think he apologized to this guy after he left. It's like Inland Iggy was the sober, level-headed asshole here, and I was the bitch. It's embarrassing.
Walk into the bushes.
Hey, you want to talk about the bushes?
There we go. One of my favorite bits right here too. That ruined my jacket, by the way. I got a huge cut along the shoulder, and all the down started coming out, the feathers. Also, people were worried about my head here. They thought I got a concussion. Actually, I got poked by a stick, which I'm grateful for. I'm very glad it wasn't a blunt impact on the cement. It was just a little stick went right up into my skin on my head. It didn't even break the skin. It just hurt like shit. So I got pretty lucky there. I was very lucky on this shoot overall. That 10 minutes could have looked completely different. I could have been in some kind of battle with that large muscular man with the beard, and it wouldn't have been much of a battle. It would have been me getting the shit beat out of me because of how drunk I was. But then also, I could have knocked myself unconscious in the bush. All right, so that's the end of that video there. And then again, at the end of this thing, I'm gonna put some extra clips. But the ride home, I wanna talk about that a little bit. Ken, at some point, sobered up enough to drive home. I was too drunk to keep tabs on how much he was drinking. He might have had 3 drinks throughout the afternoon. He might have had 10 and have been way over the legal limit. But that aside, he drove us home to LA in my rented vehicle. So it was a rent-a-car. It was being driven across the county, not the state or anything, but yeah, it was being driven parallel across the state of California, an hour drive by a probably drunk Asian man. And the worst thing is, the next morning when I went out to clean it up before I returned it, we'd had like 3 empty beer cans in the various cup holders, plus an armada of empty, completely spent, crushed up beer cans down on the floorboards. If a cop would have pulled us over, we would have been so fucked. But I was just too drunk to care at that point, no caution. I just wanted to go home and sleep in my own bed. And that wrapped up the Thanksgiving video for us. And I'm really psyched we went out and filmed that. I feel like a lot of YouTubers wouldn't be willing to sacrifice their Thanksgiving. But again, with your guys' support, I feel invincible. I don't know holidays, I don't know days off. None of that shit matters. It's all about going out there, putting that fucking camera on, press the record button, and it's fucking game on. And yeah, guys, in December, I'm gonna take it a little easy. I'm going to kind of maybe stay 1 or 2 weeks ahead video-wise, so I'm releasing videos that are 2 weeks old because I really want to start writing some new material. I want to start experimenting with totally untouched video types. So my basic video types are the interview video is one I really like, where I go and I interview about 6 people and it's a script and I cut back and forth between those people. Those are great for my joke writing. Those are really funny. The thing about those videos though is they're really safe. Examples of those videos are like the I just escaped prison video, the are you on birth control video that I did pretty recently that was really awesome, the how big is your penis video, all great videos, but it's just I know that form is always gonna work and it's totally safe. I also know that the quest videos, I call them quest videos, where we go out, we try to get girls to chew tobacco, try to get people to shotgun a beer, try to get inside on Thanksgiving, try to make out with Walmart employees. Those I know are a very successful format, and I don't feel very challenged by those anymore. And don't get me wrong here, I'm not gonna throw that out of my arsenal because I know they're great videos and they work for a reason. But I, again, really want to experiment with some new forms here. Gonna do this piss cycle video. I wanna do a video on how I lost my virginity that's gonna be very innovative, and I'm gonna get that done up in Sacramento over the winter break. So yeah, I wanna get my editing done about a week or 2 in advance, and I just wanna spend this Sacramento Christmas recess in coffee shops, just writing and thinking and trying to get some new shit going for 2019 that's gonna keep you guys on your toes and really keep this channel fresh. Because if I start getting bored, everybody's gonna start getting bored. There's gonna be no fucking point. And that's basically it. I gotta keep challenging myself and keep pushing my comedy writing forward. So with that said, I'll say it one more time. I fucking love you guys. Your contributions are huge. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm gonna keep working on this format too for you guys, my Patreon breakdown videos. Enjoy these deleted clips from the crashing Thanksgiving dinner video. Bye.
I had sex right here.
Was she with her parents?
No, it was just us and like.
That was a pedophile joke. Yeah, you gotta ask with Inland Iggy when he's telling you he fucked a girl on a playground. You gotta get the details. You just gotta make sure. You look at the future Virginia Tech shooter.
You want to make that the present?
You look like the Virginia Tech shooter the Thanksgiving before he committed the crimes. It's like this weird combination of totally harmless and sinister. You and I both decided on the black and white motif.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you.
Uh-huh.
It's another Stussy shirt, and it's white and red, so I was like, man, I can't keep the same motif as last time.
No, I like you just borrowed my word motif. You didn't know what that meant before I just said it.
Nah,
did
it's
you?
like a chic, right? Kind of like a fucking...
No. A chic?
Yeah.
We look pretty legit, man.
Head looks like a lawyer.
I'm saying that, yeah, having an Asian man on board is a good supplement.
I'll sign your divorce papers and your will.
Most doctors agree when you go pick up your child on Thanksgiving night, you gotta be hammered.
What kind of doctor?
Uh,
Where's that scientific?
Gynecologist.
A gynecologist? Where is it?
Multiple gynecologists.
Where's the scientific data for that?
Stanford.
What's the article?
16.
What's the title?
97.
The title is 97.
They have a package. That's a pretty good indicator they're not home, huh?
I'm pretty sure that... No, don't do that.
No, shut up, Ken. Let's go.
As your legal counsel, there are lines I must advise you.
Ken, shut up. Oh, God.